Welcome to London Property News Bulletin. Every week, we break down the key headlines and the wider news that could influence the market, keeping you informed and confident in your decisions. Here is what you need to know this week.
Tensions in the Middle East, including Iranian missile attacks, are starting to push wealthy buyers back towards London's prime property market. After years of decline, estate agents are seeing a rise in inquiries from Middle Eastern buyers and UK expats returning from the region, driven by a search for stability and security. This comes at a time when London's luxury market has been struggling, with £5 million plus sales down nearly 55% year-on-year, and prices in prime areas falling around 10%, the steepest drop since 2008. Some buyers who had planned to move to Dubai are now pausing or reversing those decisions, while others already abroad are reconsidering long-term plans. However, experts caution this may be short-term sentiment rather than a lasting shift, as London typically sees seasonal demand from the Middle East. Even so, after a difficult decade, this renewed interest is giving prime London agents cautious optimism that geopolitical instability elsewhere could support global demand in the capital. A major John Lewis housing development in West Ealing has been approved, despite recent fears it might be cancelled. The scheme will now deliver 465 rental homes, up from the original 428, built above a new Waitrose. Although John Lewis is stepping back from direct development, it will remain involved and seek a partner to deliver the project. The increase in homes has been achieved by reworking the design, without adding extra height to the buildings. However, the project remains controversial. Only around 20% of the homes will be affordable, well below the 35% target set by the London plan. The development will include a mix of homes with more two-bedroom properties added, and all councillors voted in favour of the updated plans. Overall, it's a significant scheme moving forward in West London, but it continues to highlight the ongoing tension between housing delivery and affordability in the capital. 2026 is shaping up to be a major turning point for UK real estate, with significant reforms across both residential and commercial sectors. On the commercial side, the government is moving toward banning upwards-only rent reviews in new leases, aiming to support struggling high streets. This is likely to come into force around 2027. In the residential market, a major proposal would cap ground rents on existing leases at £250, eventually reducing them to zero. While this could benefit up to 900,000 leaseholders, it may wipe billions from investor value and faces strong industry pushback. There's also a big structural shift underway with plans to make common hold the default for new flats, effectively phasing out leasehold over time. Transparency is increasing too, with a new public register of land control rights launching in 2027, aimed at improving visibility over development agreements. At the same time, ESG and sustainability rules are tightening. By 2030, commercial buildings may need a minimum energy rating of B, and sustainability is becoming a key factor in valuations, lending and investor demand. Overall, the direction is clear: more regulation, more transparency, and a fundamental reshaping of how property is owned, valued and managed in the UK. A £5 million High Court dispute is underway over the estate of a London property investor, with his former wife fighting to secure an inheritance for herself and their two children. Gabriella Teixeira claims that 4 London properties, originally believed to be fully owned by her late husband Abbas Moavin, were moved out of his estate shortly before his death, through legal documents stating they were shared with his mother and brother. If those documents stand, the estate could be reduced to almost nothing, leaving the widow and children without an inheritance. Teixeira argues the agreements were shams, created when her husband was seriously ill, intended to prevent her from accessing the assets. The family, on the other side, insists the arrangement reflected a long-standing ownership structure. The case highlights how last-minute estate planning decisions can dramatically alter inheritance outcomes, often leading to complex and emotional family disputes. The judge has yet to deliver a final ruling. Audemars Piguet has opened a new AP house in Mayfair, redefining luxury retail by turning a boutique into an exclusive residential-style experience. Set in a historic townhouse on Clifford Street, the space feels more like a private members' club than a shop, with lounges, dining areas, a rooftop terrace and even a music room. Instead of traditional sales counters, the focus is on hospitality, relationships and time spent, with visits often invite-only. Watches are still central, showcased in a unique circular watch cellar, but the wider aim is to create a long-term client engagement rather than quick transactions. This reflects a broader shift in luxury, where brands are moving from selling products to offering experiences, culture and personal connection. In short, it's a sign that in today's high-end market, how you buy matters as much as what you buy. The UK property market is slowing down largely because people can't move up the housing ladder. The gap between first-time buyer homes and second-step properties has hit a record 52%, meaning buyers now need significantly more equity to trade up, around 24,000 extra on average. A key reason is the growing divide between flats and houses. Over the past decade, flat prices have only risen about 8%, while houses have increased by 34%, leaving many flat owners without enough equity to upgrade. This creates a chain reaction across the market. First-time buyers can't move up. Downsizers can't find buyers. Overall transactions slow down. The issue is especially pronounced in London, where flats dominate and price growth has lagged the most. Rising mortgage rates above 5%, partly linked to global tensions, are making affordability worse and further reducing mobility. At the same time, many first-time buyers are now skipping flats altogether, aiming to buy larger homes from the start, reflecting a shift in how people approach property. In short, the market isn't stuck because of lack of demand, it's stuck because the ladder itself is broken.
That wraps this week's London Property News Bulletin. Thank you for listening. If something caught your attention or you need support navigating the impact of the news, then please reach out to us. We're here to guide you. If this was useful, do pass it on to someone who also follows the market, and don't forget to subscribe to stay one step ahead.